Morning, everybody. Shit, where am I here? I messed up my charts last night. I've had to recreate half of them. Shit. Tech review, I have no idea. Mine get listed as just like you see it right here in the corner. And my MGC is just like that in the corner. You should be able to see it right above my name. And right here on my screen. But it doesn't say the 04-26. I don't know if they're numbered. I don't know what that means. But your current price in gold, like right now, should be 51.13. Sorry, let me get something figured out here. Sorry. I got a 5-minute gold chart. I got a 5-minute gold chart up on my screens because, I mean, I feel like I have to see what's going on there too. I mean, gold is just so insane. Oh, fuck. All right, let's see here. I don't even have my ATMs up. Not that I'm really using that. Jesus. Wow. There was a nice trade in the NQ. Did anybody get that? Fuck, God dang. Anybody get that NQ trade? Anybody get that NQ trade? Holy shit. It lined up exactly with the freaking ES too. What am I looking for here? I got to get my tech guy to see if I can get him to fix this because I have to reset that every freaking time. Matt, if you're on here, message me. I got a project for you this weekend. I'm getting frustrated having to keep resetting that. Oh, right off the top of the box again. GC went right off the top of the box. That's the top of the box. Ah, damn. Look at that. And the freaking gold line. The 5-minute gold line. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, everybody. There have been some beautiful trades, man. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Anybody catch that NQ? Anybody catch that NQ? I mean, shit, you should be done for the day. If you caught that NQ, you're done. Turn your computer off, take your Friday off. There you go. See, Jim took it. I'm telling you, folks, if it hadn't been for NQ, my last week or so wouldn't be as good as it's been. I mean, because the GC's just got me scared to death. I've got to get over that, but hold on a second. My cat's at the door. You got that one for $1,400? There you go. Shit, man. Were you looking at the ES? Because, you know, the ES told you to take the trade. Here's your 5-minute gold line. It was sitting right on that 5-minute gold line at the same time, man. The ES was saying, yeah, we're going to go up. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Correlation. Gives you confidence. Take that trade. Make that money. Excellent. Excellent. It's $1,470. You need to turn your computer off. Need to turn your computer off, man. That's an excellent trade. Jesus. I was fucking around resetting my stuff on here because every time I shut my system down, doesn't matter if I save, I lose this stuff and I lose a few other things, and it just gets starting to get real annoying because I have way too many. See, I've got 4 down here tagged. Okay. And I also have 4 up here. So it's like I got 8 screens I'm looking at plus the live chat. It's just a little cumbersome for me, to be honest with you. Hey, tea time. Man, we're sitting on top of that box again, right here. This is the top of the open range. We've bounced off it twice. We all know what the third time means. Yeah, third time means it's not going to work. Or shouldn't. We did it here once. We did it here once. And I know these don't look like big rotations, but damn, I mean, that's $1,400. That's $2,000. Just crazy. Yeah, I get that, Foxy. Well, that was, if you stay patient and put that last key element in, if you're going to trade the NQ, for example, and you have the ES sitting next to you, you're already 90% of the way there. Same thing. By the way, for those of you saying you took that RTY trade, I mean, well, if you should have. I mean, the YM was doing the exact same scenario at the exact same time. Did I say something feminine? I don't know if I did. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. I didn't correlate you as a woman or a man. I don't know what I said. Oh, did I say Foxy? I got you. Oh, yeah, I get it. Remember, I'm dyslexic, so I see a word and yeah, I just start throwing the word out. I got you. Yeah. I've done that more than once on here. Good job, Thumper. All right, so what I'm going to tell you guys something that I would deeply be looking at right now since it looks like the short side is going to win in gold today, man, we need that 5-minute gold line to come down here. And the first time price touches that, just let it rip. Let it rip short. Okay, Mark. All right, let me see here. I don't even have my trade tools set up for RTY. Jesus. God dang it. I don't even have I lost everything on my charts. And so here I am having to redo everything. And I'm doing it here while the frickin' market is moving. Way to be prepared, Bob. I don't know what you're looking at. The YM and the RTY are doing everything in sync. They both ran up to the prior day open and got rejected. Prior day close for the RTY. Right now, though, the problem is the RTY is trying to go short and the YM is trying to go long at this current moment. Yeah, the RTY fell off a cliff. I was looking to take the rejection of the red line in the RTY, but it never did it. I was sitting here waiting to do that, and it just never did it. Man, you got a heart of a lion if you're scalping for three points in gold, man. You have a heart of a lion. My problem right now is I need to be going for bigger targets in gold because I have to put bigger stops in because there's just the swings in within the candles are insane. There goes RTY down for the count. All right, it's dragging the YM with it. Is there anything below both of them? Prior day low. All right, the RTY may roll over to the prior day low, maybe give us something. Let's see if the YM has anywhere to go at the same time. Oh, shit, it's way away from its prior day low. I don't even have my live stream up. I'm so out of it this morning. I just got distracted with a bunch of phone calls this morning that just kind of blew me away. So I'm trying to catch up. Now, any of you looking at the ES should not be taking that long. because the NQ is below its red line. So like the NQ is looking to try to now go short, and the ES is trying to go long, and they're fighting each other. Is it, Jim? Let me put an order on and check that out. No, mine's at $2,000. Mine's at $2,000, man. I just put that order on. It's at $2,000. And then I just deleted it and I got my $2,000 back. When you got some, you copy trading? Yeah, okay. I don't think they're ever going to go back to 500, Jim. I think 1,000 probably, but because they literally just switched it to 2,000, I think yesterday when the market went insane. You know, when this thing calms down a little bit, it'll probably go back to 1,000, but I don't think it'll ever be. I was confused as hell that it was $500 for as long as it was. Made no sense to me. Not with the swings and the volume. I mean, just ridiculous. Yeah, right now the NQ and the ES are battling each other in the wrong direction. The YM is freaking wow. The YM is really holding that red line. Really holding that red line. I mean, they're trying to hold the Dow up. If the YM stays where it's at, and we can get this RTY to roll down, man, that'd be a beautiful trade off the prior day low. The ES and the NQ are on the wrong side of the fence for each other. I don't want to drag the charts down. It's a little choppy. It'll clean up. DA, something will shine its light out of these equities. Something will. We already had, honestly, the most fabulous NQ long in off the red line this morning, and because it correlated exactly with the ES, and somebody made $1,400 off of it, 1,470. Jim made money off it too. Good job, William. I like the way you're thinking. Man, if I could just burn that into some people's brains. What you did is exactly what people need to be doing in the ES until they get through their evals and then get through the payout period. Then maybe kind of stretch your legs a little, but man, steady Eddie on that ES is the way to go. You got that NQ, Ryan? I mean, the NQ and the ES are literally contradicting each other right now, big time. They are, and that's why neither one of them is going anywhere. Good job, Ryan. Looks like maybe the ES is going to win this battle for the long side. Somebody's got to do something with the ES and the NQ, or there's going to be nothing there. And it looks like the YM is going to win this battle to the long side too. This is I knew that the YM had support. Let's go back down here and look at this. I mean, I knew the YM had, the RTY had, the YM had support. So I was looking for the RTY to find a place for us to rotate from, which would have been here. It just finally ran out of energy and rolled up. So now we're stuck because it's still on the short side, and this is battling for the long side. So I'm not very optimistic for these two for a while. Not very optimistic because they're both on the wrong side of the trade situation. Just literally, an NQ is battling its way to the long side to match up with the ES. So here's your NQ. I mean, it crossed over this red line, so it was pushing down. And the ES is on top of that red line and pushing long. So finally, it looks like the NQ. Shut up. It looks like the NQ is going to go ahead and start agreeing with the ES. But see, if you were in that ES, so here's the point of what I was trying to say about when these things correlate. If you were in this ES long off the red line, you probably had to have some Alka-Seltzer, some Tums, some Pepto-Bismol, and all that kind of stuff while this thing was doing this. And it was doing this because of what I just showed you in the NQ. That's why if you wait till they correlate, your trade will be a lot smoother. Be a lot smoother, in my opinion. I really would like gold to come up here and test this 5-minute gold line. That's what I really would like to do now that it's crossed over all these lines and everything. I mean, look at it bouncing off the gold line up here, the 5-minute gold line. Ping, 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 and ping, ping. And then right here, look at this morning. Price down, ping, ping. Ping, ping. Okay. That's the focus I have right now because I'm seeing and I'm watching it live. I'm seeing the rejection right off that line. Once price crosses over, it starts the whole process again. Well, we're going to reject the bottom of the box right now. Of course we are, because I'm not in it. Yeah, hit the waves, Jim. Just don't feed the sharks. Just don't feed the sharks. Just don't feed the sharks. They got some big ones there. They got some big ones down there because the water's cool. Our great whites tend to stay up north. We get them down here in North Carolina in the wintertime, but they tend to stay up north most of the time because they like that colder water. All bark, no bite. Yeah. We have in North Carolina, our biggest issue is not great whites, even though they do pass through here in the winter and in the spring, but they don't stay around. Our bigger issue is the tiger sharks. Man, the tiger sharks are vicious. They are vicious, and they will kill you. Man, did you catch that break there? Fuck, back into the box. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Up at Cape Cod and stuff, the great whites hang out there quite often. That they're up in that area on the East Coast. They hang out up there. But in California, they run all the way down. They run all the way down the state routinely. They're looking for sea lions over there in California. Just when Jim's surfing, he looks like a sea lion. Now, did anybody see that finger go through that gold line? Let's see what happens here. Nope. We might be coming back up. I've been at the beach in the Outer Banks, literally on the beach, when a Russian woman and a Russian husband got attacked by tiger sharks. And she died and he didn't. Tiger sharks, man. They don't have that name Tiger but for no reason. They don't have that name Tiger for no reason. They are vicious. Let me see here. Where's my there it goes. Oh, let's see here. Excellent, Edwin. Excellent. So, Edwin, have you been? Oh, well, no, I know this isn't true. I was going to say, have you been focusing on that ES? I don't think it's true. I can't remember. Yeah. Oh boy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Somebody do something. Somebody do something. Jesus, got too many screens going. I need to buy some more screens if I'm going to keep having all this shit up. We're still in that situation with the RTY and the YM. One's short, the other one's long. So we're just sloppy. I'm not ignoring them. I'm just not seeing anything worth telling you about yet. No, I'm not ignoring them. I'm just not seeing anything yet. Excuse me. All right, we're sitting on top of the mid band of the box. And we're on top of the red line, so we might be looking to go long here. Price to hit. I want price to hit this gold. I would like price to hit this gold line right here, this 5-minute gold line, and then reject. Come on, come on, come on back a little bit. Damn. Shit. There it is. Come on. Let me blow this up so I can see better. I think that's it. Yeah. Come on. Hit that 5-minute. Come on, hit that 5-minute goal line. You're still a couple ticks short. Come on. All right, there it is. All right, let's see if it holds. Damn. Oh, there it's gonna go. It's gonna go now. Yeah, it's a good place to be in, Jim. It's gonna go right to the top of the box. You just gotta clear some dirty laundry here. It's gonna clear some dirty laundry to its left. Come on. It's gonna go to the top of the box. Come on, let's go, gold. Come on. Yeah, there. Okay, the dots came out finally. That is a point of interest. Come on. Man, this is lagging. Wow. That's over. Well, it is after 10 o'clock, and gold likes to do exactly this after 10 o'clock. I was just kind of hoping it wouldn't do that today, which is go to sleep. It didn't go to sleep yesterday. No problem, Debbie. That's exactly it, Jim. I'm gonna put some words in Jim's mouth, and then because I'm pretty confident that what I'm about to say correlates with him also. One of the things that has helped me in trading, these big candles have me scared, but I'm talking about in general, like ES trades, RTY trades, YM trades, whatnot. One of the things that has really helped my confidence is when the market is moving and it's giving us opportunities. I don't even blink when I lose, like in my level. I don't even blink when I lose $300-400 in a trade. I don't even blink because I've built up a confidence to know that the next rotation I see, or, the next setup that fits my eye is going to do what I need it to do. And I get that money back plus. And when that moment happens in your trading, then it's a matter of just expanding your leverage to the things that you're comfortable with. So like in Jim's case, he's expanded his leverage to 5 contracts in gold, which is amazing. But you got to understand the correlation between the trades that he takes that work versus the trades that he takes that loses. It's not really bothering him that he lost $2,600 on that trade. If I'm making any sense, because the wins that he planned on, especially the win that he planned on getting here back to the top of the box, for example, that would have been, 5 times that amount, if not more. So he's not worried about it. And that's that's an evolutionary process that's hit me also. I just don't have I'm just not expanded to the level of Jim with contracts because I still have, anxiety. Am I making sense? Oh, no, David. David, you remember me saying that yesterday? I did that. I took a beautiful gold line trade, 5-minute gold line trade yesterday in what I thought was GC that ran for $1,000 in like 4 contracts. I mean, in like 4 minutes. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm in the MGC. I mean, I've made the same mistake. I was so pissed. I was so pissed because it was a setup I literally sat there and waited for. And then when it happened, I was all excited and, whatnot. And I glance up at my P&L and I'm like, $80? $80? I was in 1 contract of the GC. $80. I was so pissed I closed the trade out. I didn't even let it go to target. I was so pissed. Oh my God. Yeah, I was freaking furious. Man. I was throwing shit. We weren't live yet. It was pre-market. Yeah, that's true, David. That's true. That is true, David. That's why I tell that's why I tell people, man, it's like, and if you're going to make these mistakes, better that you make it at an eval than you do in real life. My problem, which was different than Jim's, my problem was with prop firms was I started losing respect for the accounts because I saw I was creating bad habits because I didn't really care if I lost a $30 account. Not that Jim cares if he lost a $30 account either. One of the things that was a bigger issue, I think, with Jim than me was just the fact that his trading style, his trading journey had evolved enough that the rules of Top Step or Apex or any of these people was just too hindering for his trading to continue developing. But we were both fortunate. We had enough payout money to go ahead and open up accounts. And here we are. Or here it is. Here we are. I got a situation here where I'm going to show this to you guys quickly. Okay. The RTY finally did its rundown to the prior day low, but the YM is now out in space. So I'm just going to, is it probably going to recoil? Probably, but I'm just not going to take it. You know, because the RTY, the YM has no support underneath it. And that's why I don't know that the RTY trade's going to work. But I've done everything possibly wrong with evals and PAs. I can write a book on that. I really could. I could write a book on it, you know, on everything you could possibly do wrong with a PA and an eval and a trade copier. And a trade copier. Add that piece in there too. Because I sure as hell have screwed that up too. What? You lost 1,500. Nadine, how do you lose 1,500 in trades? Weren't you just trading the RTY? You didn't jump into one of these stupid gold trades, did you? Please tell me you didn't jump into one of these stupid gold trades. There's no patches if that 1 minute gold line even works in the RTY. The flaw with it is it's going straight back into the prior day low. There's no room to make money. Well, that was part of it, Rick. Plus, like I blew. I can't remember. Somebody in the chat may remember. I either blew 15 or 20 PAs one Friday afternoon because I had my lead account that I unhooked when I had an order on, but I didn't realize the order, something to do with the sequence of how I did it. And I left the orders were out there. Not only were they out there on all 19 other accounts, but they were out there. They were out there negged because the lead account no longer had the trade on. And so I come back. I went to Home Depot, buy some shit for the weekend to work on my yard. Come back home and I look at my charts. It was, you know, a Friday afternoon. It's like 3:00 in the afternoon, and my screen's, I mean, everything's red. I'm like, red? What the hell happened? I had entered, and it had blown up my accounts. What the hell? Must be some kind of news or something going on right now, because boy, the equities just all took off to the long side. All four of them. So that tells you something. There you go, Jim. And that is why he doesn't care if he loses $2,500. That's exactly why. So I'm going to give a little secret. Before we went live yesterday, I had lost $1,500 in gold off of the mid-band short. When the mid-band short finally didn't work, I hit it twice for 2 losses. I was down $1,500. When it came out the other side, it shot right out of the top of the box, and I made about $1,600 on that trade in 3 minutes. So my point is, was I happy that I was down $1,500? Absolutely not. But I wasn't concerned because I've built my bankroll up enough that I can absorb that and I can make the money back by just sitting there and I talk about it. Hyper focus on my charts. When I'm down, I hyper focus. I hyper focus on my charts. I hyper focus on what's valid, what's not valid, and then I trade my way back out of it. Well, Ryan, something happened. Apparently, something news related. Every one of the equities just, I don't know. Buffett came on and said, "Hey, I'm going to buy back into the market." Who the hell knows? Nadine, I've had more shit stolen from my credit cards than I even want to publicly disclose. And every time it's been completely wiped off my card because it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I guarantee you I know for a fact, I can even think of moments right now, 6, 20, 20, 30, 40, 39, 42. In 6 incidents, totaled $42,000 of money stolen from me. In every single time, the company's just, they know. They know. I've had at least $42,000 stolen from me. I had $19,000 stolen from me 2 years ago in Arizona in one transaction that had nothing to do with me. Yeah, I'm looking at it, Jim. Especially since we broke all these pivots here. What am I looking at here? Oh my God. They went right to the, oh my God, right to the top of the box to the tick. Right to the top of the box to the tick, Jim. Right to the top of the box, the 15-minute box to the tick. To the tick. There it is. Right there to the tick. Right to the top of the box. Jesus. To the tick. Let me get in there and extend those lines. Right there. See it? Bam. Right to the top of the box. Yeah, not cool. Exactly. Right to the top. I mean, literally to the top of the box. I just drew the line out. There it is. I got knocked out at even. I took 2 contracts in the MGC off of a separate chart over here. And I got knocked out on the I'm using a 5-minute chart over here. Watching my 1 minute, and I got knocked out at even. Jesus. Unbelievable. All right, come on now. Charles, I'm assuming you're asking me. It totally depends, man. It's not the answer you want to hear, but it totally depends. If the candles aren't so damn big like this, then I follow pivots. You know what I mean? If it's not, if you know, like if we're looking at RTY and stuff, I'll follow pivots. I don't want to follow pivots necessarily in gold until, you know, when it's just, by the way, so gold finally created space from the 5-minute gold line, and that was the touch right there. That was the first time it created space, touched, and rejected. The first time since it's crossed over. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Jim. You don't, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Have a good weekend. Man, that gold line was amazing. I mean, see, so we, you know, we went above the 5-minute gold line. That's the 5-minute gold line, but it's on a 5-minute chart. So it's just a 9 EMA on this chart. And it was the first time it came from space, touched it here at 76.3, and it's rejected at least, you know, $1,000 right off of that. Right off of that. See, that's what you can't see on a 1-minute chart. You can't see the first time price rotates and touches that 5-minute gold line. We're just seeing it hitting on the 5-minute gold line all the way through here, but we're not seeing the first time it actually rotated and then touched. And that was it right there. This fucker will probably come right out that box now. Oh, I'm way past that, my friend. Hell, I had a $9,000 day, $9,400 day 2 weeks ago. I'm up over $2,000 this week. Well over $2,000. I'm not thinking about the $1,000 thing anymore. But it's a step. It's a process of you know, doing that and getting there. No, NQ also. As a matter of fact, like probably the last 2 weeks, NQ has probably made me just as much money, if not more, than gold, to be honest with you. NQ is easier to trade. Now that gold is completely crazy. The NQ doesn't seem so bad anymore. Oh shit. Look at that right there, man. And I sat here waiting for this, and I looked at the freaking chat instead. I sat here and waited for this moment. I waited for this moment for that first touch, and we have a upsloping freaking gold line, and I didn't take that trade. That is just insane. It's up over $2,000 right now. Good job, David. Yeah, man, you can't you can't go from 0 to 60. You gotta crawl, you gotta walk, you gotta jog, you gotta run. I mean, and the whole time you're doing the crawling, then the walking, then the jogging, and then the running, you're building up your confidence also as you try to go from step to step to step. I'm behind Jim in these steps. But I've, I mean, you know, not to, let me get my calculator out. Hold on here. Let me get my calculator out. Jesus, let me get my glasses on too. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm right at $46,000 for the month of January. I had to figure it out because I took a draw out of my money. I had my start balance written on the board right here, but I haven't tracked my numbers since. So I mean, it's like, you know, hey. By the way, right to the top of the right to the top. Anybody see that? Right to the top of the box again. Back down. But I will tell you this. I'm going to add on to this conversation. Because gold is where gold is at right now, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've backtracked my confidence in trading gold, meaning I'm back to being nervous again. Now, irony is I've never been nervous to trade gold, but I'm nervous to trade gold now. Not because it isn't following the patterns either, but the amount of money I got to risk to defend this pivot to go to here is just not comfortable for me. And people keep saying, well, do the micros. I can do the micros too. And I did do some micro trades over here today, but I mean, it's like, you know, it's not the same thing. I need to get myself into comfort because I have a feeling that gold is going to stay in somewhat similar situation for a while in the future. It's reminding me of oil back in like 2009 and 10, something around there. I mean, oil was just crazy. And, you know, you could get into an oil trade and then, you know, and for oil, this is a lot what I'm about to say. You could get in an oil trade and then 3 minutes later, boom, you made $1,000. Or you can get your head snapped off and lose $400. So gold is the gold numbers are even worse. You know, because I got snapped twice this morning in gold and lost $1,400. Or was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And then I broke a break across the mid-band and got it all back in one trade. And that trade, the irony is that trade, not only did that trade go for $1,600, but it went for like $3,500. I didn't get the $3,500 because again, the psychology that I deal with, I know I'm down $1,400. I want my $1,400 back. Nothing's going to pain me more than seeing it up 1,400 and then see it come back down, and now I don't have my money. You see what I'm saying? So there's some demons. There's demons that I still battle daily in trading. There are demons I battle daily in trading. Okay, so I mean, that's why the channel is called The Trading Journey of Robert Anderson. It's not to do live streams and show you guys trades. it's really developed into that, but I mean, that's not what the intent ever was. The intent was for me to force myself to come on into the public world and explain the demons that I battle to be a good trader, because I don't give a shit what anybody says. I can see these charts better than Jim. I can see these charts better than anybody. I know a good trade from a bad trade, whatnot. But the demons that are in my head are what I battle in when trading. Excellent, Ryan. Holy cow. That's what I should have done, Ryan. I should have done that. I should have done exactly what you did. That's what I should have done. The funny part was, Ryan, I got screwed in the pre-market by accidentally being in a micro that went for $1,000. So when the market itself finally started happening and it was moving like ridiculousness, I was frozen because I was like, damn, I don't want to go back and put a micro in. That's what pissed me off this morning. But the candles are too big. I can't trade with a freaking contract. But the demon, yes, Ryan, Ryan is a longtime trader, and he knows what I mean when I'm talking about the demons. He knows exactly what I mean when I'm talking about the demons. I feel like, to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I could take somebody that has never traded before, that can recognize, that I can teach to recognize patterns, and within 3 months, I can make that person a much better trader than me because they won't be battling the demons. Thank you, Fish Atlantic. Thank you, Fish Atlantic. Yeah, there's the guy who wrote these static lines, the labeling and stuff. He's a friend of mine out in New York. He's the one that reminds me of that. He reminds me, Bob, you got to remember, you have scars that a lot of people don't have when it comes to trading. And I do. I have scars, huge scars, years of following gurus and getting sideways and buying more courses and shit like that, man, that just cost me time, energy, and money. I got scars, man, scars. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. Exactly. Exactly, Edwin. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and it's like, even when I sit here and I do this, like this strategy that we're talking, which we're bouncing from, the top of the box to the mid band to the top of the box. I mean, it's like, even while we sit here and we I'll get to that in a minute, tea time. Even when we sit here and take trades and whatnot, it's the ability to allow, like, for example, I didn't even, this is a development thing for me. I didn't even freak out yesterday when I was down $1,400. And that is a development for me. I didn't even freak out. I just sat and I focused and I said, so I said the mid-band short is not going to work. We're going out the top of the box. So I set myself up waiting for that, and off we went. I got all my money back. So, that's not the old Bob Anderson. The old Bob Anderson would have been just so freaking pissed that he's down $1,400. I'd just start pushing buttons and doing stupid shit. Because this pattern's supposed to work. This pattern's supposed to work. It's understanding that all these patterns aren't going to work. If they did, then trading would be easy. You got to be, and it goes back to, it's one of the things I talk about with a lot of you new traders. In your trading journey, you are going to have to learn to have bigger targets and allow those targets to be hit than your stop losses, or you're never going to make it in trading. You're never going to make it. You got to have bigger targets than your losses. You've got to, and you've got to let price go to those targets. I'll be back in a second. Yeah, baby steps all the way. and it takes time. It takes time, but Jim fumbled around with this stuff for 6 years before, well, probably 4 years before we met. And yeah, he made more money yesterday than most people make in a year. Not just trading, but at their jobs. And he's like, he attributes it to how I taught him how to look at the market differently, to look at pivots, to understand price action, get the shit off your charts, get rid of oscillators and moving averages. I mean, not moving averages, get rid of oscillators and volume. He's been down all those gamuts. And now he just sits here and makes money. He didn't tell me to say anything. But I don't think he'll give a shit if I tell you. Let me pull it up. Net of commissions. This is net of commissions. That is true, Ryan. Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. That is true. I know. Listen, let me tell you something. I know traders that have been trading for 30 years that still aren't profitable. For 30 years, still aren't profitable, and still sit down and read books on how to trade. And I can't get them to understand. Throw the fucking book away. Start looking at price action. Rinse, wash, repeat. God dang. It doesn't have to be complicated. You know what, Patch? I don't think he would mind. He wrote me a very nice letter yesterday when he sent me his charts and his P&L. And he and I use the same broker. So, I mean, everything's, I mean, I see it. It's none of it's bullshit. Oh, he actually even sent me a picture of his Rubicon because we had been promising to send each other pictures of our Rubicons. So I sent him back a picture of mine. Of course, mine's nicer. Just joking. His is the Wrangler style. Mine's the Gladiator style. The only thing about that, Rick, is it's kind of late in the day for a 1 minute gold line trade. That's just my 10 cents. I would rather have it, Rick, I'd rather have it test the bottom of the mid band and then reject. It'll probably run away now to the downside, now that I said that. Wow. I got knocked out. I got knocked out. Look at the correlation of the ES and the NQ. Crossed over their red lines, created new lows, rolled back up into the red line, and then boom. I just squeezed my stop too fast. That's probably going to roll all the way through the bottom because I'm not in it anymore. Oh, Rick, I'm surprised it didn't work like a charm, considering I said that. But that 1 minute gold line loses energy as the day goes on. And then you got to look for the longer time frame moving averages like the 5 minute or the mid band. No, Kamish, he does not. He follows the pivots. So like in this 1 minute gold line, if he was in it, his stop would have been up here, which is crazy. And then now that this broke this candle, he'd be moving it down to here. Because you got to remember, his target's down here. So if he's risking from here to here, he's more than double from there to there. Am I making sense? I just can't handle that swing right now. That's just too much for me. That's way too much. Of course, I should have stayed in that freaking NQ trade. Yeah, the tail back probably would have got you, Rick. I mean, because the amount of money on unless you're trading the micros, that tail back on this candle right here probably would have taken a lot of money from you. And they do all that stuff. This is what I was talking about. I said gold is starting to get like NQ now. So here's the pivot swing. Here's the pivot, right? They brought this one almost to it. I mean, that's NQ, that's NQ level stuff right there. That's NQ level manipulation right there. And you think about it, from here to here, that's $700. Okay. All right, Rick. Well, that might have been worth it with micros, but it's $700 in the NQ. I mean, in the in the GC contract. And so Jim would still be in this one, waiting for it to come down to here. And again, the trade, the trade's possibly going to work. I just have to be more conservative because of the size of these candles. And I'm just not going to take a 1 minute gold line at 11 o'clock. He did promise to do an interview with me, by the way, for those of you that know about that. Jim has promised to do an interview with me. Once I figure out how to do that, he said he's going to get his son to teach the two of us how to do it. His son apparently is technologically inclined, which of course I'm not. And so we're going to do an interview sometime. And then I've got a few other people I want to interview. Some people you guys don't even know. Once I figure out how to do this. Yeah, I hear you, Rick. I'm green for the day too. Not much green. Now, I will tell you this, yesterday afternoon, like when I signed off yesterday, I think I was up $200 and some or whatever. I ended up $998 for the day yesterday because when the afternoon came along, I sat here and I saw an NQ trade and ting, 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 bam, there was my money, and I was fine. There have been some good trades setting up in the afternoons. Yeah, I can't wait to the interviews either. Interestingly enough, Jim and I have never, I don't think he and I have ever actually spoke to each other. So it'll be a kind of a cool interview because the other people I want to interview, most of them I have spoken to personally. Well, that would have been the bottom of the box, the open range box. See how it was resistance here? See how it was resistance here? So it should be support from here. So, you're looking for an area that would be where you would anticipate price to get rejected. Kind of like he was in this long and he got greedy because it went to the top of the box and he was hoping it would go to the prior day low, which would have made him enough money for another Rubicon. But instead, it went right to that line and rotated back. Right to that line and rotated back. So, he had speed dial to Jeep to order a new Rubicon, and then it got rejected and he hung up the phone. He hung up the phone. Well, right around 1 o'clock, Rick, is when I kind of start looking again. Right around 1 o'clock, I'll start looking again. And I've had some, if I'm not, like today, I probably won't be busy because it is Friday. My phone has a tendency not to ring as much on Fridays as it does on, Mondays and Tuesdays. So I'll probably be looking for some setups this afternoon, see if I can run myself up over $1,000 today. I'm only up 300 and some dollars today. And it was all micro trades in gold. No, you talking about this one right here? That is the in gold. I have on my charts the 15-minute opening range box that's created based off of price action the first 15 minutes that gold is open. It's a very, very, very impactful box when it comes to gold. Gold respects it. See how when gold blew through it, came up here and hit the bottom of that box, shot straight down. When gold came and crossed over and sat on top of the mid band, it went back to here. Came back down from the top of the box, came back down to that mid band again. Like gold respects those lines that it creates in the first 15 minutes of the market being open. I do not use it on the equities. It's just too confusing for me to try to do all that on there. But it is much more influenced in that, from my experience with gold and oil. Their first 15 minutes that they are open, their markets are open. You let that box form a range. Oh, tea time. Didn't you ask me a question? Oh, yeah. You asked me about my daughter. Jesus. Sorry about that. Yeah, my daughter works at a major hospital here in North Carolina. And she's a first year RN. Well, she just finished her first year, but she's an RN there, and she just switched over into an even more complicated department. So she's like, Dad, I got to get all this stuff figured out. Then I'll come back and learn this stuff. Fine with me. I mean, she's kind of overwhelmed. And by the way, the damn thing did go to that thing. But see, you got these pivots. So like if you kept your stop behind these pivots, there's your new pivot. There's your target. I mean, it's not moving in a straight line right now, but it's actually doing what it was supposed to do. It's just not doing it in a straight line. And then the top of this box should reject long. There it goes. See that? I can't get my son interested. It is the craziest thing, man. I cannot get my son interested. I cannot get my son interested. So the top of this box, we had an inside candle. The top of this box, it should roll up from here. Yeah, I cannot get my son interested. Yeah, exactly. That's true, Patch. Yeah. Man, this is being violent. Look at that. See, this is the violence that gold has right now. Just ridiculous. So it came down, double bottomed, and shot right out the other side. Look at that. Just craziness, man. Just craziness. Now, off the bottom of this box, price is supposed to go back up here to this mid band. Well, the thing is about nurses is they can adjust their schedules and all that kind of stuff to, man, that box just didn't hold. They can adjust their schedules and stuff and do whatever, The cool part about my daughter's job is like, that's the reason you guys might remember the ones that have been around for a while. In August, she called me up. Hey, let's go to Colorado for, 4 days. I'm off work. And so we just bought airline tickets and flew to Colorado for 4 or 5 days and climbed a freaking 12,500 foot mountain outside of Breckenridge, and almost killed myself. Well, see, my candles, you got to understand, my data candles may not agree with yours 100%, but it's whatever your 820 price is to the 835. So in my case, for my box, it's my number is actually 821 because it's my 821 candle is from 820 to 821. So it starts at 820. And then my end candle in my settings for my box is 836 because my 836 is the close of the 835. I used to live in Green Mountain outside of Golden, many years ago. Many years ago. I don't think you understand. I'm not. I shouldn't be hiking anything anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. I take my dogs for 20-mile walks a week. Probably 20 miles a week. Not this week because of snow. So I mean, but I mean, I've lived at sea level for so long. When I went to Colorado, wow, again, it's like shit. Yeah, exactly. Trade it. Yeah, that's why I said my start data is this because I'm using Ninja, and the way that ticks work, it's a different. Yeah. See, look at your clock at 8:20. That's when your box should start forming. Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to shut down for the day. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to see anything worth trading. Just could not get the YM and the RTY to agree with each other much today for anything there, which kind of disheartening because I do love taking at least an RTY or a YM trade every day for a nice free $400. For a nice free $400. When they set up together, man, it's literally free money. I mean, when the RTY and the YM set up together, it's literally free money. I mean, it is free money, and it's stress-free money because it's $5 instrument, and the RTY moves in pretty much straight lines. So it's like, I mean, look at these straight lines here in the RTY. Zing, zing. I mean, no, that's what you want to see. And you just want your rotation to work with your YM and get your free money. That's what you want to see. Stress-free trading, man. The YM and the RTY will create stress-free trading, and the ES does the same thing. It's that NQ and gold that, you'll be chewing your fingernails off. So anyways, everybody have a good day. I'm going to end the stream, and it's the end of January, and I had a good month. That's for damn sure. I don't know that February can top January. I have no idea how it could top January. No idea how it could top January. But everybody have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.